Hello, Akko here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. We are on a new version. We're on version 1.1.0. It's no longer a private pack. It's the official proper pack on the launcher. It's top of the list there. So if you have been waiting for it to become an official pack and not a private pack, now is your time to start using it. We've got some new mods in the pack. I had some issues getting the server going. I'm going to cover that in a minute. And got a few other things to cover. There's something I actually made yesterday. I did a world download yesterday, so after episode 10 I actually put it up early as well. So you may, if you follow my Twitter, you'd have seen that. I put a link on there. And I wanted to do a couple of things just before the world download went out. So I made these chests into gold chests. They was all full because there was only iron chests. So I made all them bigger. Then I was out of gold, so I went and mined a bit more gold, so that's all in there. I went into my hollow hill and did a little bit of mining, grabbed some more ingots, so that I left you with some stuff if you want to download the world and have a look at stuff and realise there was no gold to make anything. I'm going to cover that diamond handsaw in just a minute. I'm very excited about that. And what else I did was I finished this little thing here that I was going to put in yesterday's episode, but the episode was just getting too long. So I'm going to go through I made this. I'm going to take this apart again in a bit. I've got two choices. I'm going to take it apart, or I'm going to make another one over there for that door. I might just make another one over there. Well, I'll have to show you how I made this a little bit, I guess. So I will be covering that in a bit. That's called a drawbridge, and it's from Tinker's Constructs, and I've used that in combination with the secret shrouded. Oh, my thing's turned off. Highlight tips shown. There we go. Shrouded silent pressure plates, and behind there you can see we've got a RedNet programmable controller, which is inverting it for us. So I'll get around to that in this episode. There's a couple of other things I need to do as well. But let's first cover the update. So what new things have we got? Let's have a look. We've got a couple of new mods. Now, there's a couple of mods. I had to scratch my beard again. Which someone pointed out yesterday. I apologise. Because I didn't hear that, but I'm sure you did. Right, what have we got? Let's go down the list here. Just cover the new stuff and come on, let's do this right. Let's use a mouse wheel. Let's run down here and see what's new. Forge microblocks, that's the first thing that's new. Let's look at that. Forge microblocks, pretty much like Red Power 2 microblocks. This is made by Chicken Bones, who makes NEI and wireless redstone, which is also being re-added, and ender chests and ender tanks. Chicken Bones makes all kind of awesome stuff, and because his wireless redstone relied on red power, when red power wasn't updated, that means wireless redstone couldn't be added as well. So to make it so that wireless redstone works, he had to pretty much create microblocks. So he's created this thing, which is actually an API, so all of the mod authors can actually tap into this to make their blocks go in with these microblocks, which is really awesome. That's something that Red Power 2 didn't do. With Red Power 2, it only added the blocks that was added through Red Power 2. Any mod author can add their blocks to it. So for example, if Azanor wants to make warded blocks allowed to be microblocks, I think that's the way it works. I think he can just go into the API and have it so that it covers his blocks as well. So you could have warded microblocks. Yeah, maybe, I don't know that, because the way the microblocks work, that's probably a bad example with the way warded stone works. But there we go. We've got warded. Warded. I'm getting confused now. We've got microblocks, and the tool you need for that, I made a diamond handsaw. Stone rods, same way as you make them for Tinker's Constructs. So it looks like there's two things add stone rods now. There's both Tinker's Constructs and this adds it, and that's just 2 bits of smooth stone on top of one another. Lets you create some stone rods, same as wooden sticks really, and then combine them with 2 sticks and a diamond. Gets you a diamond handsaw, which is what I've made there, and that lets us create wonderful things. So let's just chop up a block to show you. So slab, and then if you put them to the side, you get pillars, panel, posts, covers, strips, and then just go from strips, put them back in again. You get nooks. That's as small as it goes, yeah, and then you can backtrack everything by just splitting them in half and putting them back. So we can take this all the way back to a normal block. There we go, stone block. Wonderful. Little demonstration on how to make micro blocks there. So that's the first mod I did. There's a couple of mods in that are disabled by default, which I have enabled. Come on, press the right down thing. Come here, you. God's sake. What's that? Hat stand and the hats mod. It's a little funny mod from iTunes. You've probably seen it if you've seen any of Direwolf stuff. If you kill a mob wearing a hat, then you'll get to use that hat, and you can put hats on stands and stuff. I'm sure there's an interface for it somewhere. I don't really know what that is yet, but we'll get on to that. Modular force field system. We've now got both versions of this. This is the Manalian version that carries on from Thunderdark's original view for the mod, and then this is the Calclavia version, which takes it in a new direction. So unless you know about that, the modular force field system was created by a modder called Thunderdark. He had to stop modding because he was busy doing other stuff, so he passed it on to other people, said, can someone else take this on? Calclavia took it on first and made it very different. Some people like the old version, so Manalian took on the old version and kept it pretty much the same. Manalian is changing it a bit though. I think I heard on a Direwolf episode when Direwolf was talking to him that he's going to make some things a little better with it, and the way things are handled, such as getting it through force fields and stuff like that. So we've now got two options there, so I'll probably be playing with both of them at some point. What else have we got? Power converters I enabled. I'm probably not going to use, but I enabled it just in case I need it for something in a pinch. But I'm probably not going to use power converters in this world. I've used it before. I've got no problem with it. I think it's a little bit cheap, but I think it should be maybe a little bit dearer. But I have used it before and I've got no issue with it. I think it's a very nice mod. But yeah, I don't think I'll be using it in this version. I might do, I don't know. And then let's keep going down here. Wireless redstone, chicken bones edition. So that stands for. So we've got all the wireless redstone stuff, which is really nice for making big builds. Like for example, the build I made over there with a red net. I could, even though it's very close. I'm actually powering the thing from up there, and it runs to the pressure plates down here. So I've had to route red net cable. I've tried to hide it as best as I can, so you can't really see it unless you go up the ladder. I've had to route red net cable through my walls there, so you can't see it. But with wireless redstone, I could just put wireless redstone on top of there. Then I don't have to have all this cable routing. So I might actually change that as well. In fact, screw it. I think I'll do it just for the sake of using wireless redstone, because I haven't used it for a bit. So that'll mean, yeah, that'll be good. We'll do that. We can do that. A couple of issues when setting a server up that I'll let you know in case if you do the same thing as I do. There is a ID conflict on the server files. The client files are fine, so if you download the client, that'll work fine. If you download the server, there's a conflict between logistics pipes and portal gun on this version. All you need to do is change the config folder in the server for logistics pipes to match the one in the client for logistics pipes. That's the easiest way you can do. You can just copy your client config file of logistics pipes across, or the other thing is you can do is just change the two IDs so they match what's in the client. So the two IDs that are issue, the two IDs that I've got an issue. If I just quickly go into my config, I've got my thing open, config, and then logistics pipes. It's the top two things under hash block, logistics pipes sign and logistics pipes solid block. The IDs on the server are 1100 and 1101, which are the same as some portal gun IDs. On the client, the IDs are 1150, 1151, so you just need to change the server to be 1150 and 1151. The top of there. It's pretty straightforward. Not as scary as it sounds, but that's pretty much wherever your files are for your server, if you do it the same as I do. So for me, for example, it's Windows blah 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 blah, blah users echo downloads. Spelled that wrong, well screw it. Unleashed server config, logistics pipes, and then in there, that's where you can change the IDs to 1150 and 1151, and that'll stop your ID conflicts if you're running a server. And the other problem that I had, that I don't know if it's just me, when I tried loading the server up, I was getting out of memory issues, a thing called permgen that I know nothing about, but I had a quick look on Google and I found a way to sort it out. In my start file, my batch thing that you use to start up the server, what's it called? Server start, Windows batch file. What I've done is I've added an extra couple of conditions in there, so now my server start looks like this. There we go. That's my server start. So I've upped the memory anyway. So that's normally smaller. That's like I think 512 to 1 gig, 512M to 1G. I made that to 3G to 3G. So the server's got a bit more memory that you can use. And then these are the bits I've added in: XX permsars 256M, XX max permsars 512M, and then that bit would normally be there anyway. JAF, FTB server JAF. So I've added these two bits in, XX permsars bits, because I was getting an out of memory issue. So if you're getting the same issue, that your server won't work properly, that in your batch file might sort you out. Right, so that's everything to do with the update, I think, covered. In an episode before last, I asked about the endothermic pump, and there's been resounding positive response to that. So it looks like I'm making a nether pump, which, if you remember, I wasn't going to do in this server, but because we've got a new way of doing it, endothermic pump, we can have a look at that. So can I make that now? Let's have a look. I've got obsidian, anyway. I've got 3. I've got some wood though, so I can make some more. I've actually got no logs, as if. Let's grab some logs from over here. Now things are starting to get away from me a little bit, and there's quite a few things I need to get on top of. One of them is power, of course. My only power at the minute is from that single force engine. Hello cow, that cow's going to live down here forever, I think, unless I murder it. Takes 2 stacks of this. Does this even work with medium stone, with it being mod wood? It does not work. So there's an issue that I've given myself. I've got no oak logs left, and sakura wood doesn't work with medium stone. Interesting. So I'm going to have to get obsidian the old-fashioned way, actually mining it. Or suppose I could use suppose I could get it from in there, but okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the camera, just get myself a bit of obsidian. I'm going to have to plant some oak trees, I think. I'll be back in a bit. Oh, check this out. Here's my first mob with a hat on. There's a creeper here wearing a hat, look. So now I've got a hat. Don't know how to wear it yet. I have to get back to you on that one. I've no idea where my hat inventory is, if that's what you call it. But I've now got a hat. Wonderful. I have to find out how I'll put that on. I don't see anything in here. Ender pack. Force belt stuff. No, I don't see. That's MPS. Okay, I'll find out how I actually wear a hat. But I've got a hat. Awesome. Yeah, I'll carry on getting some more because I've not actually got any yet. Back in a bit. Okay, so I've planted some trees and I've got a little bit of wood, as if I've run out of ways of getting normal wood. That's an issue I need to deal with. 4 obsidian. And I remember someone asked me to show this screen, my armor screen. What I've got in there is I've got 2 hat canisters. I've not got a knapsack because I found that I forget stuff's in there, and then when I die, stuff goes all over the place. When I get a rune Thanatos from Tinker's, Found It Tinkerer, I'll probably get a knapsack as well, because then I can, the rune Thanatos. I wonder if it works if it's actually in the knapsack, and I can actually put it in there, forget about it, and I wonder if that classes your inventory. Something I need to test anyway. I don't want to get off track, so let's go back to this. And where's it gone? Endothermic pump. There we go. What do we need? Iron pickaxe, diamond, lava bucket, water bucket. Easy enough. So let's make an iron pickaxe first. Now there's something else I'm going to need for this as well. I'm going to need somewhere storing all this. So I'm going to have to start making some iron tanks. So I need to make a rolling machine. And to get steel tank walls which will let me make steel tanks. So basically I have a nice big lava storage tank across in the place over there. Now because I'm going to use lava, I'm thinking of maybe not using boilers. I don't know whether to go with combustion engines or just a shit ton of magmatic engines. I kind of like magmatic engines. I think I might go with that because it's something I've not, again, it's something I've not really done before. Using just a lot of magmatic engines. Combustion engines certainly give more power out, and these force bad boys give so much more power out, it's ridiculous. So I will be utilising some of these into the mix as well. But yeah, I'm not sure. Because I'm going to be using nether lava, I've got different options that I need to have a bit of a think about. Blaze rod, ender eye. That's I have ender pearl, should I say? I have ender in the middle there, and then just lava bucket, which I prepared earlier. Look at that pro stuff. Endothermic pump. This is going to need power, so I am actually going to use a magmatic engine to get that on the go, because you can control the on-off with a magmatic. Pretty cool. Invar gear is invar on an iron ingot. We should have plenty of invar. We haven't got enough. We've not got enough invar. Okay. What we've got here then? Ferrous ingot. Iron ingots. Can I mix these, or do they need pulverising? Let's have a look. What the hell's that? Oh, weighted pressure plate. Okay, they do not mix like that. Let's see how I make. Invar blend. Iron ingot, ferrous ingot. Of course, they mix like that. That'll do it. Induction smelter. Let's stick in 5 ferrous and 10 iron. I'll get us some more invar. I can go back in there. I need 2 of them, don't I? For the gears, what else was it? Piston, redstone transmission core, which is silver with redstone on the other side. So 2 of them, a bit of silver. Should have some silver in here, yeah. Let's get rid of that bucket. I'll keep that one there to put water in. Clear these guys out. Make that thing wonderful. And then I need a piston. Have I got any pistons made? No, I'm putting that thing. No. Quickly make a piston by hand then. That. 1 of them. 3 of them. And 4 of them. Piston, wonderful. Someone also asked me how I do the spread out thing. Like if you want to make 3 furnaces, it just spreads out what's in your thing. It's left click. So if you want to spread it out and make 1 from a stack, use right click and it'll spread 1 block of each round. Yeah, and do it again. You can go around, but that was pressing X because of the thing there. If you want to actually to spread out the entire stack, left click will spread out the entire stack for you. There you go. Easy as that. Again, sidetrack. So that goes there, that goes there. 3 of them go there, and we haven't made D gears yet, so pull that shit back out of there again. 2 iron, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Gets me 2 invar gears. Now all this can go in. Magmatic engine, and of course the thing with that is we'll be able to control it with a gate quite nicely. So I'll take one of them with me, and we might need liquid ducts as well. So I'll take some liquid ducts with me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the nether. I'm going to find a decent place. I'm going to put a couple of linking books down so I've got an actual quick path to get there. In fact, no I'm not. First thing, before we even go to the nether, I need somewhere for this to go. So let us first, I'm going to need a rolling machine. How do I make a rolling machine again? Is it just gears? Pistons, crafting table, iron ingots. Wish I had known that when I was making a piston, because I could have made 4 more. And another 4 of them. 4 more of them. Get out of the way, you, and you, and you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need a crafting bench. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Wonderful. 4 pistons. Crafting bench. 4 iron. Gets me a rolling machine. And now what I'm going to put in there is I'm going to use a stack of steel, so far that gets me. I'm going to plonk this down. A rolling machine is something else you don't want to keep fastened up when you haven't got a lot of power, because it'll constantly draw power. So you need to be aware of that, and then spread them out. That'll start making me steel plates. And that I'll be able to send. Yep, that's good. And what else I'm going to do is I'm going to make another couple of ender tanks. I'm going to make a couple of red ender tanks. I've done that wrong. Let's get these done first. And need 14 of them. Let's make some more of these. Bloop. 2 of them. So I'm going to want an ender tank at both ends. So I'm going to want one where the endothermic pump is. I'm going to want one where my steel tank is. Need to remember how to make ender tanks now. Wool, of course. That, of course, and of course obsidian, of course. So red wool, red dye. I can make red dye with you. And wool is now in there. Yep, cool. So I'll make a couple of red wools. I've got my obsidian, a couple of ender pearls. And that should be everything I need for that. Get over there, you. There we go. Couple more ender tanks for the lava. That should be good to go. Get in there, get in there. 64 of these steel plates. Now with these, we're going to need some levers and some. You don't need windows, but it's nice to have a couple of windows just so you can see what your level's at. So let's make the lever first. Here's a lever, 4 of them, 1 of them, and then 4 of them maybe. No. Press C and rotate that. There we go. That gets us valves, not levers. I meant valves. So iron bars, steel plate, blah blah blah. Gets your valves, and then let's make some windows, which I believe just needs glass panes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 4 of them guys. Gets us some gauges, or windows as I call them. Now we can just go slam a tank together down here. So if I'm not going to be using this place for boilers, oh, the cow escaped, by the way. It found its way out up here. It came through over there. Anyway, damn cow. If we're not going to be using this place for boilers, I can start using it as a tank farm. Now, I'm going to make all the rest of these into loads of bits of steel tank wall. How big do I want this? Do I want a gap off the wall? Questions. 3. 3. I'm going to go straight. I'm going to go right to the wall. Yeah, I'm going to have 4x4s. No, they have to be even. Sorry, they have to be odd. Right. I'm actually going to have them that size. That's a good size to have them, I think. Like so. I'll have to be careful that mobs can't spawn on top of these. And then I can have 2 gap, 1, 2, 3. Look alright. Want 2 gap there, don't I? Yeah. Back in a minute, if I have a little think about this, I'll make the tank. The tank's really straightforward. Just got to fill up the gaps with gauges and valves. So I'll just throw one together to show you. So that is going to give me a tank with 1,400 buckets worth capacity. I think I want it a bit bigger. I'm gonna mess around a little bit off camera and get a tank set up how I want it. I've Got loads of space here, I don't have to squeeze it in, do I? I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so back we are, and I've made some tanks. I've made 3 tanks. I did actually lay out a load of tanks down here, but I thought, well, I need somewhere for my engine, so I cleared the space again. What I originally had was a 5x5, then 3 3x3s, and loads more 5x5s going right there, but I just changed it to 3 5x5 tanks for now. Each of these can hold 4 million millibuckets, so 4,000 buckets of material in each of these, so these are pretty awesome. I put my red end of the tank there, so this is going to be my lava in the tank that gets married up to the pump at the other end there. And so I've got one for lava, possibly one for milk. I don't know if I need that much milk, you know. More essence, I guess, and I can make more tanks in another tank farm later on, but I've used like over maybe 2.5 stacks of steel there, so I've got a bit carried away. Well, I remember I just looked in the config for the hats mod, and V is the hat that I need. So there I can actually put on my trail mix mascot hat that I killed. Oh, okay, what have I done? Trail mix mascot. Oh, I've clicked done. There we go. So now I can choose that hat if I wear. I can wear that hat if I choose. Should I say? Put that backwards, and I can get rid of that as well, I believe. There we go. So there's all these settings. It's pretty cool. There you are, look, GUI V. Show hats, all kind of stuff. I don't know what that is, but there we go. And I actually want no hat on. What's going on? Get out of there! Get out of there! What's going on? Colorize it. Oh, right. I see. Remove hat done. I changed the GUI a bit there, didn't I? Somehow. Search bar, reload, random hat, colorize it. What the hell did I do with that? Discard changes. Categories personalised. Oh, personalised, that's what I did, wasn't it? Was it? Weird, whatever it is that I've done. I've made something weird, haven't I? Well, look at this shit. Christ. Oh well, yeah, that's that then. So, I probably ain't going to wear a hat myself, but because I'm a bit of a miserable sod. But it's nice to have it. So, certain mobs, there's different settings. You could have it so you can have all the little hats unlocked. I've got it set by default that random mobs will appear wearing hats. And if you kill a mob wearing a hat, then that unlocks a particular hat for you. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of mobs here with hats. So I've just got a frog hat. What's this guy got on? Skyrim Viking hat. I thought it was a Skyrim hat, but yeah, it's just a basic Viking hat. There we go. So yeah, that's how you get. Oh shit! Got a bit busy, didn't it? Yeah. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to head to the Nether. I'm going to make a couple of linking books once I've found a nice big lava lake down at the edge of the lava lake. And when you see me again, what's he got on his head? When you see me again, will be they're quite common then, aren't they? These hats. When you see me again, we'll be ready to connect up the endothermic pump. Hooray! Let's have a quick play with these. Tree hat, Viking hat. Ah, screw it. I think I might wear that one. Look at that, I've gone against what I said I was going to do already. Oh, look at that, I look badass. Badass with a nano Viking. Techno Viking. Yay! Back in a bit. Okay, I'm back and I'm ready to go to the Nether. And the cow just actually died. The cow that I was lurking about. It came over here and it walked into this plant. Look at this death bloom. Look what happens if you walk into it. It fucking withers you for 10 seconds. I got these from some of the loot bags that you get. I thought I'd put a couple around just for danger. Them two you can't actually hit because they're under a step, but that one you can. So that killed the cow. Oh, poor cow. So, me, ain't going to stay a pet. What I've done is I've made a book here to a place I've called Lava Pump. Now the video's up to half an hour already and I've got nothing done yet. So let's put this here. I think I'm going to have to enclose this because the portal's 200 metres that way. I'm actually going to do a little waypoint here as well. Lava pump, yeah. Lava pump will do. Lava pump, and I don't want it showing the overworld. Done. Cool. That's changed, hasn't it? That's gone back to its default settings. Cave mode was turned back on, and waypoints wants to be just sands. There we go. And I actually don't want that turned on. Waypoints, portal, book, lava pump. Turn lava pump off. Book is where the fortress is, of course. So, right, what we do then with this ender pump, which I conveniently have hidden in there just for now. We're going to want some of that as well, I think. Shit. What I'm going to need is power, which I ain't got, because I'm going to need a bucket of lava will do that, won't it? Of course it will. Okay, so what you do is you place this there, at the level of the lava, just touching the lava, as far as I understand it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my magmatic engine there, and I'm going to place my ender pump, my ender tank there. And we'll see how this works. I'll put a cobblestone structure pipe there, and what I want this to do is detect if the space in the tank space for liquid, redstone signal on, and I want this set to enabled high. So when there's a redstone signal on, that should turn that on. That does, of course, need lava in first. Don't need lucky draw anyway, does it? No, don't need doesn't need, what do you call it, cooling. So I'm going to nick a bit of lava from over here, because I don't want it to scruffy that place up. I've scruffed that place up now though, so grr. In fact, I'm so inane about keeping things tidy, I'm actually going to replace that block with a bit of netherrack. Danger zone. Yay, tidy. There's no need at all to do that. No need at all. So yeah, the worst that could happen here was gas could come and get in my way. Right. So there you go. You see, it's filling that tank, and the tank should be transferring to our tank back in the overworld. So that's not going. Oops. That's not going off. So space for liquid. So that's not quite filling up, even though it looks like it is. But here's how this pump works. Get off me, you fucking thing. It doesn't. What it does is it swaps the lava for stone blocks. It's kind of awesome. It doesn't fill itself back up though, so that's something to deal with. Did I bring liquid ducts? I didn't, did I? Son of a bitch. Let's go get some liquid ducts. Make sure it's filling the tank on the other side. What this should also do is it should chunk load the chunk that it's in, so it should work without needing the chunk loader at this end as well. So if we come over here, we should see that lava tank filling up. Look at that, awesome. And that's still filling up. So as long as that fills up, then the pump should keep running. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off a sec. I turn that, so that'll stop putting lava in. So that tank should fill. So in theory, at the other end, if my little redstone control there works, it should have turned off. In theory. Let's have a look if it has. Let's grab some liquid ducts, which I can't believe I forgot. There we go, 3 liquid ducts. Should only need 2. I don't think it'll need a lever, but it might do. Let's go back to lava pump. No, it's still going. Interesting. That shouldn't still be going. Because it's detecting that shit. Okay. Let's turn it off for a second. Okay, how shall I do this? It's detecting space there for liquid as well, isn't it? Of course. Of course. So what I actually want it to do is... Not there. Full. Want it to go on top work. So space for liquid, redstone signal, and then actually connect it like so. So if this was, so this tank full, yeah, so look, there we go, excellent. So what I just did, I changed it to a condition that actually was one that would make the signal. So tank full, because the tank is full, that turned the redstone signal on, which turned the magnetic engine on. So that's good, that bit works. Are we in the middle of a chunk? Not on a chunk boundary or anything, no. We're in the middle of a chunk cult, so if this actually loads the chunk this is in, it means it should load our little pump apparatus, engine and stuff. And what I need to do now then is liquid ducts there to there, wrench them so they connect, and that should fill up the magnetic engine with lava. Excellent. This does need power, doesn't it? I'm sure it needs power. Must do. Can't be free. I'll double check. I'm fairly sure it needs power. In fact, let's for now, let's just yeah, that's fine. It's got to need power, hasn't it? Must do. Right, I think it does. I'll double check that and I'll let you know. If it doesn't, I'm almost certain it needs power. Of course it needs power. It'd be stupid if it didn't. It would just be free. So yeah, that's what it does. This will gradually swap all these lava blocks so you don't get no flowing lava, which is kind of nice. Rather than leave messy flowing lava everywhere, it actually takes a block and swaps it for a smooth stone block. Pretty awesome if you ask me. So now if we can go back then, we'll go back to our tank, and there we have it. We've got lava. Let's turn them off. There we go. Go back to the tank if I can get out of this damn room. Whee! Just flip that there again, so that's output, and this should turn back on. There we go, wonderful. Okay, that's that bit then. So I can leave that, I can fill that up, and then I can put a little, I need to make some more liquid ducts, but I can put a little output here into the ender tanks that feed the smeltery and the EU thing over here, the geothermal, and I can get rid of that tank from over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change these two to like red, white or something as the output of the ender tank, and then we can always add more ender tanks if we need them, so I can actually use this lava up out of here as well. And right, I'll be back in a minute then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the things up. What we need to do next, I think, is there's enough room in this episode left at least to show you how I've done this door, and I'm going to change it to use wireless redstone because we've got that now. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you the completion of this part of the lava bit. We're up to 2,000 buckets of lava already, really quick, awesome. And there you see I've put the other end of the tanks I'm in red, white, so I've got one there, so that one's accepting lava from this. It's a little bit untidy, but it's kind of how we have to do it. I suppose I could have run the cables underneath for the valve in the bottom. Possibly, I might change that around at some point. As long as you don't break the middle block, this should be alright. So the data in these is stored in the very centre block there. So in theory, I could move that valve to there and that one to there, possibly. And it wouldn't cause any loss of lava out the thing there. But yep, there we go, that's that. So all I've done in the smeltery, for example, then is set this to red, white as well, and of course that's still output, and the same over there for the thing. So now we've got pretty much unlimited lava, and once that tank's full, just at the end of the episode, once I've done this bit, I'll just whip back there and show you that bit. So this is how I've set this up. This is, now I'm going to pull some of this apart in a minute, but this is kind of how I've set it up for now, because I had to route this rednet cable, but because I'm going to change this to wireless redstone, we have to change this a little bit. But basically what we've got here is those blocks there called drawbridges, and it looks like a bit of arcane wood because I've got a bit of arcane wood in that slot, and it goes down 4 blocks of iron bars because I've got 5 iron bars in there. So if I take them out, so now it looks like it's normal block. If I come off the thing there, only these 2 are working. Now it's only coming down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I put 4 in there, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it takes on whatever is in that block. So if I put 4 in there, you'll see when I step off there again, it doesn't actually reach the bottom. So it actually needs 1 to include the block it is as well. So it actually needs 5 in there, and then you can just change it to whatever you want. So I've got them looking like arcane blocks, as you can see. So now when I step off the pressure plate, when I step on the pressure plate, should I say, it turns that off. Because by default, you need to, so that turns the redstone signal on. So I've inverted this, and that's what I made this PRC for, which I'll show you in a minute. But basically all I've got in the PRC is single channel there. All the rest are not in use. I'll show you how to make this in a minute. Single channel, all I've got is input, output from down. So input out from down, which is what goes to both these pressure plates. Now something else I've had to do, which I should show you as well, is because that's on a block, what I've had to do with a rednet cable is if you right click a block there, you see it'll cycle through certain modes. So see that one, forced to connection, cable only, standard. What I've had to do is to make that work, the pressure plate to work through that block, I've actually set that block there to the forced connection mode, that one, forced connection mode, and then it connects to the blocks around it. So that's connected to this block, which means the redstone signal that this pressure plate puts into that block affects the rednet cable, and then the rednet cable goes just into the bottom of the PRC, and it also goes under the floor, down underneath this block here, where the other, so there's the other end, and that one's force connected to that block. It's that pressure plate work. So there's that bit. That's nice and straightforward, yeah? I hope you follow me. So what that does is, when you stand on either of the pressure plates, what that does is that puts a redstone signal into the bottom of the PRC. So you see there, input output down, and I've got that set to the inverter gate logic thing. What's it? Condition? Inverter condition. So what that does, that inverts whatever it gets in. So when that gets a redstone signal in, it means it turns off input output up white, which is up. So basically all I'm saying is up white. Now I'm saying white, if you've not seen this before, you can change the colour. See it's got a little white collar there. Now it's got a little white collar around it. If I was to change that with my wrench to not be white, then I'd have to change this to a different colour. So this goes for all 16 colours by left or right clicking. So if we change that to orange, then that's no longer connecting because that's looking for white, because it's white connected there. So in its standard state with no signalling, this is open, but I wanted it to be shut with no signal, which is why I've used the inverter block there. So now it's inverted so that when it's getting no signal in, it's putting a signal out, which means the door's shut. I hope that makes sense. So we are just going to change this in a minute. I'm going to show you how to make the drawbridge first. So for that, we need to come back to the smeltery. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh no, it's gone. It's gone. So in the smeltery here, what have I got? I've got molten aluminium brass, and I don't think I've got quite enough aluminium in there. But that's going to give us 1 ingot, so that's all I need at the minute actually. So 1 ingot aluminium brass, and that should go in there. Yeah, so we already had 1 in there. And there's some blank casts. So that's the other thing you need. So from your smeltery you need a blank cast, which is of course aluminium brass or gold, and you need a couple of aluminium brass ingots. And then if we run across here, let's find a chicken egg somewhere. I don't know where that's come from. Is there a chicken in there? Yeah, get out my inventory, egg. So let's look at the drawbridge. So drawbridge there, so it needs a dispenser for another item, some bronze and a redstone. So the dispenser is very simply a bow. So let's quickly make a bow. A bit of redstone and some cobble. 6 or 7 cobble. So let's sort this out. Now I've got some stuff in here to make wireless redstone, so I'll get onto it in a minute. So a bow, bit of redstone, 7 cobble, gets us a dispenser, that goes in the middle, aluminium brass at the top, blank cast there, I need them, bit of redstone at the bottom, and then some bronze, which I've already had made from earlier. Gets us a drawbridge, so that's how your drawbridge works. And then, just as a quick example, if we was just setting one up, I've got some bricks with me. Cool. Need a lever, so let's grab a lever. So if I was going to put a door here, for example, I could have my drawbridge there, and I can make it blend into these bricks by having a stone brick. We ain't got stone brick at the minute, so I'll just use a bit of stone. There we go, and that'll blend in. So, like so. Put a lever on there. Now if we press the lever, nothing's going to happen. We put one block in there, still nothing's going to happen, because it's only one block. But we need 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we put 4 more blocks in there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when we turn that on, there we go, it's going to put blocks down to there. So if we had 3 of them, that would be a nice little stone door there. So we can set a similar thing up over there with a pressure plate underneath to open my door into there. I know what use cobble, but that's just an example, you know what I mean? There we go, that's how they work. So that was that part. Now the programmable rednet controller is pretty straightforward. You make a housing using plastic sheets. It's MFR, so of course it uses plastic sheets like all MFR does. Plastic sheets, iron ingot, glass, some redstone, basic stuff. Make sure the housing. Then you combine the housing with some more plastic sheets and some expensive vanilla stuff. I guess you class them things, the more expensive vanilla stuff, well, apart from emerald. There we go, that makes you that thing. And you've possibly seen me use this before, but that just goes in there, and it has sided input. So like I say, that's taking input from down and it's putting input to up. Taking from down, putting to up. But you can have right, left, back, forward, as well as up and down. So that's all the shit that does. But that's basically all that's doing. Nice and straightforward. So tidy this up then. Get rid of this rednet cable. So I'm gonna kill all this rednet cable, and I'm gonna make some wireless redstone. Can I get up there safely? Come on, break, you son of a bitch. Tell you what, I'll break you instead, much easier. There you go. So, break all these cables. I also wanted to get onto nuclear control in this episode, but there's no chance now. It's episode running long as it is, I'm sure. So that'll have to wait till I'm bricking everything now. I'll tie this stuff off camera once I'm done. What we can do then is we can make some wireless redstone. Looks exactly the same as it did in previous versions when it was. It's actually called WRCBE. Is what you're looking for in the mod list, and that stands for Wireless Redstone Chicken Bones Edition. It looks exactly it looks pretty much the same as what it did before, I think. Sniffer's a good thing to have if you're on a server. It shows you which things are in use, but we don't need one of them just yet. All we need is a transmitter and a receiver. And you see they pretty much take exactly the same things, apart from this wireless transceiver, which is a Aretha Pearl on a stick, on the receiver. Sorry. Yeah, on the receiver. No? That's the wrong way around, isn't it? One of them has a stone ball. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong way around. It looks like the transmitter doesn't have a dish, and the receiver does. but when you're making it, it looks like it's the wrong way around there. So let's make all these bits. Roof rappels, pretty straightforward. They're just glowstone and redstone around an ender pearl. So we want 2 of them. 1, 2. And then also pretty straightforward, obsidian sticks. Just obsidian on top of each other. There's 4 of them. Now what we want to do is plonk 2 reef rappels on top of 2 of the sticks. That gets us 2 of these. And I have used up all my stone. What did I use the stone for? Son of a bitch. Thought I had everything, but nope. Never goes to plan. Get some more stone there. So I need to make a stone bowl, which is just like a wooden bowl, but with small stone. Wonderful. And then combine one of the transceivers with a bowl to get a receiver dish. And then all we need now is some stone slabs. Straightforward vanilla recipe. Then like that. Bit of redstone above. A couple of sticks. And then, that is the wrong way around, I'm sure, but the receiver is made normally with the one with the dish, because it has the dish. So you put your transceiver up there, you get one of them, and you put your one with the bowl there, then you get the other one. Wonderful. And then now we can jump over here, and we want the receiver up touching the block here. So I'm going to put that like so. Let's turn that wrong, so I'll use my Omni wrench. Omni wrench should work. No. Yeah, shift click with the Omni wrench, and I'm going to get that a channel. I'm going to go to the advanced. I'm going to call it 1000. I'll give it a name. Tower door. Set name. What? Value. Set. That was already set. Ignore me. You don't need to do that. I've already set that there. So that should be set to 1000. You can see it says 1000 on it. And now all we need to do here is put the transmitter on the wall there. What have I done there? Ah, up, okay. That wants to be, oops, down. Down, there we go, that's better. So you see that, so I set that to 1000 as well. Or, the other thing I could have done is just double click on that and it'll set it, because I've given it a name. So there we go, that's, so as you can see, because that's inverted and they're turned off, that's always on, which means that's always on, which means they're shut. Step on the pressure plate, turns that off, opens the door. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the episode there. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope I haven't gone too quick on this. I just wanted to make sure I showed it before I forgot. Next episode, I'm going to start off with some advanced information panels. So I want to get a to-do list, and I'm going to use that for my to-do list. And yeah, now I am going to go. It is 11:30. I'm going to tidy this up. I'm going to go get some dinner, and then I'm going to live stream in a couple of hours. So I'll see you yesterday or something. Cheers. Bye. Oops, forgot. There we go. Full lava tank. And let's, quick as we can, get to the other end. Going through here. See what kind of damage we've done. No gas around. So, there you go. You can see that's stopped, so that's good. That's intended, so excellent. And you can see the amount of stone we've used up. Wonderful. Now I'm guessing this goes down to the bottom as well. Yeah, look. This goes as deep as it needs to. So the stone all the way down there. Dare I keep going? Jesus, it was deep, wasn't it, this? There we go. The stone all the way down. So that is how the endothermic pump works. Excellent. See you next time. Bye.